Happy Thursday. We're going to Greencastle, Pennsylvania today to the Food Lion. It's a little bit later in the day than I usually start. The sun's almost up. So if I see anything beautiful, I'll try to show you. And if I have any thoughts I'd like to share, I'll get right on it. See you soon. Here I am on Highway 30 eastbound. Headed towards Wrightsville and then Columbia. Wrightsville is on this side of the Susquehanna and Columbia is on the other. Interesting how property values are different on this side of the river, the York side, compared to the other side of the river, which is the Lancaster side. Lancaster. York side is lower. So that's the bridge, that's the Susquehanna. I know I can see a lot farther than the camera can see. So as you get closer, you'll be able to see the Susquehanna. I haven't come back home from this side yet, so here you go. Got back from Greencastle, PA, the Food Lion there. They got me in and out pretty quickly compared to other times I've been there. Now you can see the river. Look over to the right.
1.25 miles, take the exit on the right toward Pennsylvania 441, then take the first right.
You can see the bridge, the old bridge that connects the towns of Wrightsville and Columbia. There's a cool park on the Columbia side that explains the rail trail and other things over there at the bridge. If you're ever in the area, check it out. It's pretty windy today. There's the Turkey Hill experience from this side. And then we go upriver to Conestoga. This is downriver. South.
Take the exit on the right toward Pennsylvania 441, then take the first right.
This little place is sometimes an interesting merge. Nobody here though. So we're good.
Turn right at the stop sign, then take the third right.
I've been thinking today about confidence. If you're a non-toxic male, grind it into gear here. If you're a non-toxic male, you have to believe in yourself. If you're an inauthentic male and you make these sneaky contracts with
Turn
people,
right at the traffic light, then take the second left.
I should stop and talk about that. Covert contracts, the way Dr. Glover talks about them in No More Mr. Nice Guy. Nice guys think that if they act a certain way, if they act the way people want them to act, that they deserve good treatment in return. Particularly, they think they deserve sex. If they are the kind of husband or boyfriend or friend, if they're in a friend with benefits situation, but more likely they're in the friend zone because these covert contracts don't work very well. So they think that by acting a certain way, even with no agreement, even with no coming right out and asking for what they want, they think that they're entitled to certain kinds of treatment from people. And this is really yucky when you're a woman and you have a friend, whether you think about him romantically or not, you're not going to, I don't think, if he has these sneaky kind of covert contracts. So you've got men who think they're entitled to something from women. Turn off my jake brake and then I can
turn left at the traffic light.
Yeah, now that my jake brake is off. So they believe that they deserve something from women because they're so nice. And it doesn't work that way. As we've established already earlier in the week. Yeah, he's coming down here to turn in front of me. Sometimes you have to sneak through on this light when it turns yellow. Like this.
In 4¼ miles, turn right on River Road.
That's safer than taking a 75-foot vehicle and cutting in front of somebody. There you can see Wrightsville on the other side of the river, if you squint a little maybe. It's not a really sunny day. I'm not loaded this time coming down this hill, so I don't have to jake brake all the way down to the 25 mile per hour. Although I could. This jake brake isn't very loud though, which is I guess good, unless you want to be jakey. So you've got these men who think that people owe them things because they're nice, and they don't really feel nice inside. They're pretending to be nice so they can get what they want from you, which is very manipulative. How did I say that? Manipulative. That's how I should have said it. And so, where was I? I need one of my students to help me get back to where I was. I want to stop for a minute and say that Millersville University still hasn't decided whether I'm going to be teaching in the future, but they've listed my classes next semester, and I guess people are signing up for them. So I don't know if that means anything or not. I'm not really at liberty to say much more about it, so I won't. But if you're somebody who knows me or wants to get to know me, I'm a teacher. I have always thought of myself that way. I'm not sure what's going to happen though. There's an interesting looking police car. I haven't seen any sleek white police cars like that. Is that Columbia? Yeah, that's Columbia. Oh, maybe I've seen one of those. I think that's a Dodge. I don't think I'll edit this part out because I like to watch this part. This is a really cool drive. It looks different every day. The sky looks different every day. Also, I could just sit here quietly and try to remember where I was before, but who cares? If I am editing, then it'll help me remember, and I'll come back and talk about it tomorrow. The river looks moody today. It's gray and choppy. I can see the windmills now. They're turning fast today, and they're both going. You might be able to see them as we go along. Look right above the trees on the right side of the railroad tracks. They're both spinning right above the level of the tops of the trees. And if you remember, that's where Turkey Hill is. And I'm delivering for Turkey Hill Dairy, mostly ice cream and iced tea and lemonade. And that hill is where it all started. There used to be a dairy farm up there. That's in Conestoga, or close to it. And Columbia down here is where or back where we just were, is where the Turkey Hill experience is. I would look it up if I didn't know what it was, because I haven't been in there very much. It's kind of like a glorified convenience store, but more information about Turkey Hill. I guess convenience store gift shop. That's a good way to put it. Confidence. That's what I was talking about. So if you want to be a confident male, you need to be yourself. You need to be real. You need to not make sneaky contracts and have sneaky expectations that you don't explicitly state. Speed limit change. So if you are confident, you'll be attractive. And if you want to be confident, one of the key ways is to believe in yourself. To believe that you are spectacular. And you are. To believe that you are strong and you have good values and good character. And as you believe those things, they're true. You can claim those things and then believe in them. You can shape your beliefs. And as you shape your inner beliefs, you shape the world. You don't only shape yourself, you shape the entire universe. Everything else is you pushed out. So everything outside matches the way you are on the inside. If you don't like the way your life is going, look inward and fix what's on the inside. And then look out again and you'll see a different place. You'll see different circumstances. You'll see different treatment from people. And if people are treating you...
In 1/2 mile, turn right on River Road.
If people are treating you in a way that you don't like, you might come to think that maybe you do like it after all, if they don't approve of you. If you're polarizing and then people treat you, some of them, as though you're not their favorite person, if some people don't like you, that probably means you're doing it right. If everyone likes you, then you're probably a snake. You can judge how well you're doing sometimes by who doesn't like you.
Turn right on River Road.
There are certain people, if they liked me, I would know I was doing it wrong. It's like Malfoy. Does Malfoy like you? Then you're a piece of shit. You might want to work on that. Nice guys want everyone to like them. So when we have that theme for the show, goodbye, Mr. Nice Guy, we don't mean
In
an
2.5
actual...
miles, arrive at home, on the right.
We don't mean an actual person who's nice. We mean someone who's pretending to be nice. Again, to use Dr. Glover's terminology, instead of a nice guy, we want to be integrated, authentic males. We want to be real. Not everyone will think we're nice when we're real, but if we harm none, then we're doing well. We look in the mirror and we look at the people that we deal with, and we can honestly say that we're not harming anybody, not just not intending harm, but not harming anybody, then we're doing fine. And another part of being authentic and integrated is setting boundaries, as Dr. Glover says, and that's the part I call take no shit. Do no harm, take no shit. Take no shit means you set healthy boundaries and you insist that other people treat you well. And if they don't, then you separate yourself from them. You don't need them in your life. I slipped out of gear. Sometimes when you're putting in gear, it gets like partway in and you hope it'll stay there instead of taking that extra second and getting it all the way into gear. Now if you look through the trees, you can see the blades turning. And as soon as we crest this next hill, I can see them now, but you ought to be able to easily see them. Going over the bridge, going up the other side. You ought to be able to see them both turning rapidly, generating lots of power. There we go. You can see the sycamore trees. I love the sycamore trees by the river. So I think that if you are authentic and you look at the mirror and you level with yourself and you're real, that will lead to you being confident, and that will lead to you being attractive.
In 3/4 of a mile, arrive at home, on the right.
And if it matters, it'll lead to you being a good person. Games with people and you're being strategic, then I don't think you can be what I would call a good person. But if the point of life is to face our biggest fears, then you'll agree that that's the way to do it, to be a good person. If the point of your life is not to be bored, that would change the way you lived it. That would change your beliefs. I sometimes think that might be the point. Then you'd play the game like the Clintons or the Bushes.
In 1/4 mile, arrive at home, on the right.
Today we're going up the hill to the fuel island. Look at that nice person waiting for us, leaving us plenty of room. If the world is there for you to take advantage of, I don't know that that's good. But the world is there for you to win. I don't know that your job is to prop everyone else up. You can help them. It's fun to help people, but that can be selfish. You can do that for your own sake because it makes you feel good to help people. Ultimately, I think you need to live life in a way that makes you happy and not a sacrificial life, a martyr life. You have to spin around like that when you have a 53-foot trailer so you can make sure it's pointed straight by the time you get in here. Otherwise, you'll have all kinds of trouble. So here we are. You can see the river out to the right. Looking forward. I forgot to look at my mileage before I shut it down. how many miles does this truck have on it? You're about to find out. It's 66 degrees, much warmer. This truck has 756,640. So not a million yet, but 3/4 of the way there. Now I can shut it off. Oh, it's nice to get to the end of the day in one piece. You can see color out there. Turn up these four-ways for a second. Yeah, I really think that if you're an integrated, authentic male, you don't want to harm people, but you don't have to necessarily be a bleeding heart either and prop other people up and be in a codependent situation. But at the same time, you want to help your partner and you want to get what you need from them by asking them and not making sneaky contracts. But I don't think you're as attractive to your partner when you need them to feel confident. I think they feel attracted to you because you're already confident. So if you use them for a crutch, I think you become less appealing to them. Something to think about. That's probably enough to go on today. Yesterday's video that I haven't edited yet was shorter than some, and this one probably will be too, and that's okay. See you soon.